What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one we talk about Michigan football and a first look at spring practices as they began spring practice on Monday, plus Michigan hiring a defensive support staffer. Also going to be going over Michigan's loaded linebacker room and what Brian Jean-Mary likes about it. And we also got some recruiting news as Michigan impressed a 4-star edge target on a recent visit, as well as a couple wide receivers we're going to talk about, and the new Michigan defensive backs coach Lamar Morgan in contact with some top defensive back targets. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to talk about in this video is Michigan football kicking off the first of many spring practices under new head coach Sherrone Moore, as the Michigan football Twitter account posted videos as well as pictures of the players and coaches at the first spring practice, which was Monday. We got a first look at many new coaches, including the tight ends coach Steve Casula, offensive line coach Grant Newsome, linebackers coach Brian Jean-Mary, and also the new running backs coach Tony Alford. After being just hired last week from Ohio State, he is now in Michigan gear coaching the running backs, and he looks much better in maize and blue. There's also Donovan Edwards taking handoffs from junior quarterback Alex Orji, which was very cool to see. And yeah, it was just the players getting their first touches in spring practice, as we were just about a month away actually from Michigan's spring game, which is where we will see this 2024 Michigan football team first in action. So very exciting there. And then I also do want to talk about Michigan adding a support staffer, as we talked about it a couple videos ago. But Michigan will be hiring former Baltimore Ravens veteran defender Pernell McPhee as a support staffer. As according to 24/7 Sports Matt Zenitz, Michigan is set to hire him as a defensive support staff role. Now, he did play at Mississippi State. He also played 11 seasons in the NFL and has a connection with new Michigan defensive coordinator Wink Martindale, as he coached him with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, McPhee played with the Ravens from 2011 to 2014, in 2019 and 2021, and he also won the Super Bowl during the 2013 season. Now, according to Matt Zenitz, coaches that have been around McPhee view him as someone with characteristics and makeup to be a fast riser in the coaching world and to eventually become a head coach. So it should be a nice addition to the Michigan staff. Just another guy with football experience and a young up-and-coming coach added to Michigan's coaching staff. So pretty cool there. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that addition. I also wanted to talk about Michigan's linebacker room, as the linebacker coach Brian Jean-Mary spoke on In the Trenches podcast about the linebacker room. Talked about both should be starting linebackers next season for Michigan, Jashawn Barham and Ernest Hausman. Jean-Mary first talked about Ernest Hausman. He said, "Ernest has been great from the first time I had the chance to sit down and speak with him, just to learn his background." And he said, "Ernest, you could almost look at him as a third starter from last year. He played a ton." And I also said he's taken a big leadership role so far this season. I think he understands how much Mike Barrett and Junior Colson did here last year, and I think he wants to continue that leadership aspect. And talking about Jashawn Barham, who is the Maryland transfer linebacker coming in this season to play at Michigan, he said the big thing with Jashawn, obviously, is he's just a high-level athlete, high-level player. He said, "We actually recruited him in my previous place at Tennessee," and he said we have actual game tape that shows how high of a level that he can play at. He said he does come in with some Big Ten stripes, but you wouldn't know that with him walking in the building. He wants to immerse himself in this Michigan culture and wants to be part of the Michigan defense. He also talked about the depth behind those two. He first talked about junior Jimmy Rolder. He said, "I think he's got a chance to be a very, very productive player. I've liked what I've seen from him." Also talked about senior Jaden Hood. He said he's patiently waiting his time, but he's a veteran in the room, and he's got a chance to really help us next year as well. And he also talked about other guys like Micah Pollard, also Samaj Bridgman and Jason Hewlett, who are two younger guys. So Michigan definitely has some talent at the linebacker room, and so far Brian Jean-Mary loves what he is seeing. He's also been very active on the recruiting trail, which is very very nice to see. Talking about his return to Michigan, he said there's a reason Michigan is Michigan. It's the best of the best, and I get an opportunity to come back and coach with Coach Moore, who I have so much respect for, and the program as a whole was too good of an opportunity to turn down. So let me know what you guys think about that, as well as the linebacker depth that Michigan has. I tell you what, Michigan is very fortunate to have Ernest Hausman and Jayshawn Barham taking over after Michael Barrett and Junior Colson. Those two are going to be very hard to replace, but I think you may have two of the best players that could and have the best chance at replicating what that duo did here at Michigan on the defensive side of things. But I did want to talk about some recruiting news like always here in this video. The first guy I did want to talk about is Jaden Woods, who is the 2025 4-star edge from Mill Valley High School in the state of Kansas. He is ranked 155th nationally on 24/7 Sports rankings, and he actually recently just visited Michigan, as Michigan has started to already host top recruits on spring visits. He visited Michigan this past Thursday, and he told Zach Libby of the Wolverine it was a great visit and I had a great time up there. He said, I say the new people, the new hires, and Coach Moore stood out. And talking about new defensive coordinator Wink Martindale, he said Martindale was really cool and it was great talking to him. He's full of wisdom for sure, being from the NFL and coming down to college. He also got to meet new strength coach Justin Trez. He said that was really good to see. And he said he actually gave me some pointers on some stretches to do, and he also likes the nutritionist Abigail O'Connor, who many players have raved about as well. Now Woods currently has 2 official visits scheduled to Wisconsin and Purdue, so hopefully Michigan can get one of those. He did say I'll decide my last 3 official visits. He said there'd be 4 in June and 1 in April, and he said Michigan is a big school for me. Now, I did want to talk about a couple of wide receivers. The first one in the 2025 class, the 4-star wide receiver Quanell Farrakhan from the state of Texas, ranked 279th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, as he told E.J. Howland of the Wolverine that Michigan is a straight powerhouse and a legendary school. They just won the national championship, so I'm definitely still interested. He did say I believe Coach Moore is a good replacement. It's a good step up for him. And talking about wide receivers coach Ron Bellamy, he said we've had some really good talks. We have a great relationship, and he's a great guy and a great coach, and I feel like I could be a dynamic threat in their offense. He said I'm a yards after catch receiver, and I'm going to do something with the ball so the offense doesn't matter to me. He did say he plans to be back soon to Michigan in the future, and he wants to see more of everything and how the coaches can develop me for the league. And then another receiver is the 2026 4-star wide receiver Braden Robinson from the state of Texas, goes to Red Oak High School, and he is ranked 93rd nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings. Michigan actually recently just offered him, and he told the Wolverine that it meant a lot. They just won the national championship, and he said the coaches think I can fit into their scheme and program, so that means a lot. He said they run a pro-style NFL offense, and it prepares guys to get to the next level that helped them win it. Now, Robinson is also teammates with 4-star 2025 wide receiver target Taz Williams, who Michigan is also going after as well. And Robinson said that everybody's process is different, but it would be crazy to play with him again. So he did say he's trying to get up to Michigan again in the spring or early summer. And he said, I want to see if it's a place I can call home. Then the last thing I will talk about is new Michigan defensive backs coach Lamar Morgan, as he has been out recruiting and in contact with top DBs as well as current targets for Michigan like Jamari Deloach, Alex Graham, Dwayne Galloway, Messiah Delham, and Trey McNutt. We have talked about already a little bit while Lamar Morgan has been here in previous videos. However, Morgan is also trying to get Michigan back in the mix with other recruits, including one guy at Purdue commit right now, the 2025 4-star cornerback Terrian Grant, who was ranked 36th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings. Lamar Morgan has been in contact over the last week, according to E.J. Howland of the Wolverine, and Lamar Morgan has also been trying to get Michigan back in the mix with the 2025 4-star cornerback Shamari Earls and the 2025 4-star cornerback Kobe Sellers. So Lamar Morgan getting right to work here for Michigan. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.